All right, so this is going to be the start of replacing the blinker switch. The blinker switch is located about right here in the steering column, so there's quite a bit of things to take off. I'm actually going to refer you to another video since I don't have the stock steering wheel. Now we'll give that person credit.
Today I'm replacing the blinker switch on my brother's 96 Chevy Monte Carlo. The symptoms that he's having is if he turns the blinker switch left or right, it does not work and the taillights don't light up. So, first thing we're going to have to do is remove the airbag. There are 2 bolts. Let's see if I can get a good perspective here. On the back of the steering wheel, right here is one of them. And there's another one on the other side just like it. They are size 30 Torx. So you just stick that in there, loosen it up. Once you get those free, they stay in the steering wheel, they don't come all the way out. Then you can pull your airbag forward and you'll see this lovely yellow cabling here. I've already disconnected it. But this is your clip right here. This is what goes into it. It is locked in place by this lovely green clip. All you have to do is push one of these sides or pry it hard enough and it'll just slide out. Then you can push down your top on this clip and pull it out of there. So now that we've removed our airbag, next is your horn. You give this a little turn and it'll come right out. It's spring loaded. You have to be very careful that you don't twist it too hard, otherwise you'll break the little plastic peg right off of it, and then your horn will never work again. Next thing we have to do is remove the nut on the steering column here. It is a size 13/16, I believe. Yep, that's correct. So take that off. You need to mark where your steering wheel is in relation to this shaft. Otherwise you'll end up with your steering wheel off a few degrees, and while it doesn't make your driving unsafe, it is quite annoying. So use a chisel or a punch of some kind. Just make a single line here and also mark on the steering wheel itself, and when you reinstall it, line it up. That's it. So I'm going to pull this and then get my steering wheel puller in place. So here's my steering wheel puller all assembled here. You can see the central shaft, the 2 bolts. These are what go into the steering wheel. This pushes on your steering column, whatever that's called, and you just give it a turn. It will give you a lot of resistance when you first start turning it. Then you'll hear a click or a clunk or something and it'll come loose and turn really easy. So just turn that till it's free and you can pull the steering wheel off by hand. There we go.
Alright, so on a Beretta, basically you have to take off this panel right here. It's 3 Phillips head screws, one right there, and then one right there. And then underneath here, you have one 7mm head, 2, and then 3, and that panel will drop down so you can actually get to the connector. So got that off. The next step that you're going to run into after you get your steering wheel off is that you're going to have your airbag. You're going to have your airbag piece right in front of this spring right here. You want to take that out. That should be pretty easy to come out. You should have like a yellow airbag wire. It'll look similar to this right here. I've taken mine out just because I kind of just downsized in her and just got it out so it just won't be flopping around. I'll still keep it, so just in case I want to reinstall it, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now the next step, and for this install, you definitely probably will need a steering wheel puller. The blinker switch is right behind this. So basically on this one, you have to use this tool right here. I would tell you that it's going to be really hard to get it off otherwise. So I would go to AutoZone, Oreillys, wherever you go to get your parts, or either you can just buy it outright. Just want to put this on. If you've never used one of these before, you can look up a tutorial. It's pretty easy. 1 second. All right, so I got the tool on there. You just want to make sure it braces on there. And basically you just screw this part directly onto the center. Basically thread it on right here where your stern wheel nut would normally go on to. And then basically you just use this part right here, spin this down so it can put pressure on it. Keep on going, and then you'll notice like right here, you see how it's kind of braced on these two pieces right there, or just the outer ring, and then you just keep on cranking this baby down. And it's a spring behind here. It's a spring that's kind of holding it in place, and you just want to twist it until like basically you can't really twist anymore. So, and then if you look inside here, not sure why my neighbor decided to cut grass. It's 8 p.m. at night and it's dark outside, but you know, people. So let me get the light a little bit closer in there. So if you can see that lock ring, that needs to come out. And it's pretty easy. What I use to get it out is basically like a pick. Got this pick from Harbor Freight, or either a very tiny screwdriver. I found that the tiny screwdriver really works because you can pretty much get it inside the groove right there. And all right, so the goal is basically to take that lock ring and kind of like shift it and wiggle it up to the top of the shaft so you can fully get it off. All right, so whenever you're taking out this blinker switch, so like I said, you got 1 screw, 2 screw, 3 screw. So these are all Phillips heads. And then this one right here, this is a Torx 20. And this is for the lever for your blinker switch and cruise control. Now, before you can even take this out, you need to take this hazard switch out that lives on top. If you just flip this lid, and you'll notice that it actually has, if it'll focus, a Phillips head inside there. It's kind of small. Just be careful and make sure you do not strip it. Now, when you go to take this out, you are going to have to take off this bezel piece. Technically, you don't have to take it all the way out. It's just 6 screws underneath here. And you'll see the 3 screw holes on this side and 3 screw holes on that side. You have to at least lift this up so you can get a screwdriver in here. So you don't have to completely take it off or the wire harness out. You can just kind of twist it enough. I kind of just brought it forward enough. All right, so you just want to lean it forward enough. You can probably get a stubby screwdriver in there, but it's going to be hard to get a little bit of torque on it. All right, so just here, kind of showing you all the screws removed. At this point, I'm ready to remove everything, kind of showing the spring behind the lock plate and all 4 screws. All right, so whenever you're going to get this adapter off, the blinker switch adapter, this adapter, you have to take this piece off. These pieces, all 13s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 3 on each side. Just take that brace off. And then, like I said before too, it's a little plastic sleeve underneath there. You'll see it right there. That just comes off. It's basically just held on by the force of that, or friction more or less. And it just basically is the sleeve for this actual ribbon cable, so it won't get chafed inside there, which is a good idea. So this is exactly where the hazard switch is up top. So whenever you put it in, you're gonna put it in just like this. Hazard switch on top, and then you'll see your kind of like blinker knob. So you're gonna put it in, kind of shove this wire in, kind of pretty much just like the only way it can fit in there, just like that, and kind of put it down there like that. Now, one thing I did notice from the new piece, which is exactly the same color pinout. The only difference is it has 2 additional wires. So if you look at this, these 2 additional wires, this green and this tan wire right here, or tan and black, that's actually going to hook up right there. Now I had to cut it on mine because somebody installed an alarm and they didn't take that in consideration, that it was pretty much looped through the harness and I was just unable to get it out. So now you're going to have to depin these 2 to put it inside here. And the good thing is on this, they actually have letters on there. So you just want to put it in the same exact spot, E and F. If you look on the new one, this one also is labeled. So E and F. So I'm gonna depin this and I'll get back to you and then we'll kind of go. All right, so I'm back. So basically, if you are having trouble depinning these, if you look inside there, you'll see the little flap. You just need to get inside there and pretty much just get something small and flat in there, like maybe just a long pick, so you can kind of get that flap down. All right, so we got basically there's 2 wires back inside there. Got them crimped and ready to go. All right, so as you can see, this other part is coming through here, sliding on through. And then we're gonna go back up top. 1 second. All right, so we're back in. We want to make sure that this hole right here lines up with this hole, which is the hazard switch hole. And that should be pretty easy. Just put this in. All right, so we got everything in, got those crimped together. It's a sleeve that comes off here, and you'll look underneath there. You'll see that this sleeve actually matches this, and the wire actually goes through this sleeve, and that's just so it won't be up against metal. Normally goes in there. This wire goes inside there. All right, so I got that wire actually in there too. All right, we're just gonna find the connector in here, and in my case, the connector was kind of out because, as you can see, in this kind of rat's nest of alarm wiring, here goes the connector that you need to put it in. Yeah, so all I know is that the top of the connector goes right here and it just snaps into place. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so we got it in there. If you notice, the white wire is first, and then a tan wire down here is last. So it doesn't cover the whole connector, but it plugs up to the standard wires. You'll see it has kind of like a stopper on there. All right, so we're gonna actually test this though. We're gonna test this before I put all this back together because I don't want to be doing this in vain. The whole point of me even doing this repair is because the blinkers weren't working. So, and supposedly the blinker switch causes the brake lights not to work, and just a number of different things, which is kind of a pain. Give me a few seconds here and I'm gonna jump off here and I'm gonna plug up the battery, and then we're gonna see if the rear brake lights work, and then also the blinkers. Yeah, go ahead, hit the left blinker. All right, hit the right blinker. All right, for some reason the top ain't working, but that's a simple issue. Hit the brake for me. Hit it one more time. All right, cool, thank you.